Are you ready for it?
Hi guys, Raj here with you. It's my review for Star Wars The Last Jedi. Check out my curtain. I made it a T out of a curtain. No, I'm just messing with you. Guys, the whole year I was waiting for this fascinating, fantastic movie. Oh my god, what have I seen? I'm a big Star Wars fan, you know that. It started with Return of the Jedi. It was the first movie I saw in my school days. Until this day, I mean, I just love Star Wars, the Return of the Jedi. Apart from that, from the prequels, this guy. I remember this guy, and he's the most kick-ass, badass villain. Just love this guy, Darth Mogul. Okay guys, let's get down to, before that, let me tell you one more thing. The term everybody's saying, like, you know, blockbuster. Star Wars started that, okay? It was like the entire block got blocked because of the people. They are queuing over there for the tickets. Even before that, Jaws was a big massive success, Steven Spielberg's, and he wrote a sweet note to George Lucas also. I will just share if I will find somewhere. Because Star Wars was phenomenal. Everybody knew that this movie is gonna what do you call that, bomb at the box office, but it changed the face of cinema. The cinema right now that we know is because of Star Wars. Every one of you guys who love cinema owe to Star Wars. Sorry, I'm having some notes on my mobile. So the thing is, guys, it started with Star Wars, phenomenal movie, and I just love Star Wars. Till this day, I want to have one, my very own working lightsaber. And Rocky, you piece of shit, I was trying to borrow that lightsaber from you, you know, for this review. And yes, you are hearing that. Anyways, enough with the rant. Let's get down with the review. So first thing first, guys, speaking of the story of the movie, it starts right where the Force Awakens ends. The rebels, they need to, they need a leader, someone who can lead them against the dark side. And who else could be better than Luke Skywalker? But the real question is he going to join the rebellion? Is he going to be handy? Because for some period of time, maybe some years, like 35 years, he's been into isolation on some island, on a, another planet. You might have seen that. So these are the real tough questions that this movie has to answer. Not just that, this movie has great responsibility on its shoulder. Is it going to, continue forward, or it's like a dead stop, dead end? Let's talk about the top 3 things that I like about this movie. Number 1 is, once the package is really good, I'm always after the director. Hats off to, where is my Oscar? There's the Oscar for Rian Johnson, the guy who directed Looper, I guess. Looper was awesome. The direction is top notch. Wow, some of the sequences are still going up over here in my mind. It's gonna explode. I'm so happy. I mean, it went to the right person. Even J.J. Abrams, he had done great job with The Force Awakens. Some awesome moments in that movie. But this time I counted on my fingers. It was like 8 to 9 moments stuck over here. I mean, so brilliant. Jokes are awesome. Funny jokes. I mean, you are not expecting from Star Wars movie at that point. It's taking it too light, and then of course it goes back to full throttle action. So I just loved his direction, and it was superb. His writing is also very. The second best thing about this movie is acting. Everybody has done justice to their role. Exceptionally great are Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill, and Daisy Ridley as Rey. Fantastic. I just love their characterization. Of course, Mark Hamill, after such a long period of time, he has done great voice acting for Joker in DC's animated series. Over here, he shines. He just steals the scene. Each and every scene he's into. I just love his portrayal. And Rey, oh my god, she's superb. She's fantastic. I haven't seen her in any other movie, but for the rest of her career, whenever I will see her, it's Rey. I mean, fantastic. The third thing I like about this movie, guys, is Star Wars The Last Jedi put wars into Star Wars. You know, that brutal, fantastic, from the opening shot till the final battle. It was fantastic, brilliant. There was one sequence in the casino area where these animals are running all over the place. I couldn't get that. I mean, it wasn't that. It should have been great, but anyways, I didn't like that sequence that much. Apart from that, the action is top notch. And just like every other movie, there is one particular sequence that I am always talking about. But over here, I can't talk because it's gonna be into spoiler category. But when that sequence happened, the entire crowd was silent, pin drop silence. You know that everybody was like, "What the hell happened?" Boom, brilliant. You're gonna love this movie if you are a Star Wars fan. Many of the people in the theaters, from the Lucasfilms logo till the final credits, they were just clapping, whistling. They just loved the movie. Even 3 to 4 sequences, I just loved it. And let's talk about Princess Leia over here. It was too emotional every time she was there on screen. Carrie Fisher is not just our Princess Leia, but she is one fantastic actress and a human being also. She was full of humor. Of course, we're gonna miss her. And the way this movie ended, it seemed like they wanted to carry forward with Princess Leia. Let's see what happens next. The best thing this movie does is it creates a new era into Star Wars. You know, The Force Awakens, it was a great movie, it was fantastic, but it was like, okay, what's gonna happen with these 2 or 3 characters, or what's gonna, what do you call this, Luke's gonna do in the next installment. But over here, they have just expanded the scope of entire story. Maybe it can go into many directions. Maybe we'll see one more trilogy after this. So brilliant. So Carrie Fisher, may the force be with you always. We are gonna miss you. The first thing I dislike about this movie is Snoke, played brilliantly by Andy Serkis. Brilliantly. But I can't talk about that. You know, I was... anyways, leave it. Maybe if there's a spoiler review, I'm gonna talk in the spoiler review with you guys. Second thing I dislike about this movie is some of the things are still pretty dated in Star Wars, you know that? I mean, it's too preliminary or childish. When will they get over this thing? I don't know. Maybe you're not getting what I'm trying to say. Like, for example, will there always be a big, massive starship and there will be a fuse or something that once it is gone, the entire ship is dead? Or there's a big ass gun, okay? If it can land here, it can land here also, and boom, it can kill me immediately, right? I mean, these nitpicks, small things here and there. And also, in order to get inside the ship, they need to get a person who will hack, and the way he's hacking the stuff, it's like too preliminary and childish. So these are the things, but it's Star Wars, you know, what can we say? Isn't this from the first Star Wars, if you recollect, it was just one shot, one perfect shot, and the entire Death Star is gonna explode. I mean, same things are happening again and again. I want them to, you know, think critically and come up with higher stakes. Of course, the stakes are high, but in order, once it comes to starships and their mechanism, it's very simplified. That's what I want to say. The third thing I dislike about this movie is I don't recollect, because my mind is blown away with this sheer amount of knowledge. Maybe I need to see this movie again, and I just love each and every bit of it. I don't know, I don't think there's anything negative that I can talk about that. My rating for Star Wars The Last Jedi are 9.5. I just loved it. If I would compare this with The Force Awakens, I think Force Awakens was solid 9 for me, but it's a masterpiece. Everything that I can think about, you know, Empire Strikes Back, and that movie had great stuff in it. It's over here also. So there's close relation with these two movies. Okay, guys, that's about it. Take care of yourself. Please do comment and let me know if you have seen the movie. What was your favorite sequence, or you want me to do a spoiler review? Maybe yes, maybe not. And thanks. Keep in touch. Masalam. God bless you.